Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you,
Yes,
sir. I can hear you, sir.
All right, so please mute your audio. All right, so let's just continue. Sorry for that. So that's some X that we just did now. It's called iterative mayor, and let me increase this. So I believe you can see this now. So it is called iterative mayors. So that is some X. So this is like saying that you are trying to like do some like two things together, like calculating the expression, which is multiplication, at the same time you are still summing them together. So that's what we call the iterative method. So we can note that in case. So that said, let me just um, so let's continue with our visualization, our area chart. So we have the year and the quarter ID. So the one thing I would also like to explain to us here is this icon that we are seeing. If you remember, what I told you yesterday was that if you are seeing something like this black rectangle that is showing on top of it, that is what two tips. Two tips. So now look at this icon that are here. You can see we have the one of go up. This one is drill down. This one is to go down. Why this one is to go down. I will explain what I mean. Don't forget that in our x-axis we have two attributes. We have the year and the quarter ID, right? But currently it is showing for quarter ID. So let's assume I also want to see year alone. I don't want to see quarter ID. I will just click on this icon here to go up. You can see it is now showing only the years. So let's say we have plenty here now, it's going to be showing that year alone. But let's say I want to go back, you can see now this one is not active. Before it was not active. This one too is now inactive. So because there's nothing up. Let's say we have three attributes in our hierarchy now. So we can drill down in three levels, but we only have two, so we can only drill down in two levels. So let's say I have three levels, for instance, and I have year, I have quarter, and I have month, and I'm already in the year. Before you can get to month, you must pass through the quarter. But let's say I don't want to pass through the quarter, I just want to go down, straight up. Like I want to go to the down part. So I just click on this one that is here. It says expand all down one level in hierarchy. So just click on it. It's going to go down. But because we only have quarter ID, so that's the only one that is down. But let's say there is month now. A month is going to go to month. It's going to bypass quarter. It will just go to month straight up. That is what we have here. So and this one that is here, it is just to go one level. So here to quarter, you can see quarter ID alone. So here quarter ID. So that is one level. But let's say this drill down is here. Look at this particular icon. This one is like if I want to view, you can see that there is point here, there is point here, there is point here, there is point here. But let's say for instance I want to view more details about a particular quarter. But because there's not any other thing, let me just use here. Let's say for instance I want to view more. After here there is quarter, share. So let's say I want to view more in the quarter. I can just double click on this, and it's going to bring quarter. But because I have not clicked on this thing, it will not go. So click on this drill down mode. Once you click on it, now double click on this point here. You can see it's going to bring quarter alone, like the quarter that is for 2014 alone. So that means I'm interested in the quarter for 2014. Go back up, go to the up, go up. Look at 2015. Let's say I'm interested in 2015 quarters alone. Just double click on it. It's going to show the quarter for 2015 alone. So that is why we have the drill down mode. So let me deactivate the drill down mode and go back to here. So that's how it works. That's says by year. And this is our area line chart. This is our area line chart. So like I said, we have different measures. We can calculate our sales, we can calculate our sales previous year and other things like that. But because of at least we should be taking step by step. I will not be introducing the sales previous years to us for now. But in the additions on stage, we are going to learn sales previous and other there are plenty measures, there are plenty that you may want to know. But the reason why I don't want to go much into mayors is because we have different departments and different discipline among our part, like among the people that like you guys. So if I'm going to be talking about all those sales, and other measures like that, it will be relating to more of finances and accounting. So, but it doesn't really matter But if you are in statistics or you are in another department, any measures that you want to calculate, you can easily just calculate it through the measures that we have here. Let's go into home and calculate new measure. But remember to select the table that you want the measure to be before you select it. So that's what is measure. Now this formula that I just introduced, let me click on it again. Let me go to new measure. Now this formula bar here that we have here, it is anything that you are creating, any measure that you are creating, it is for what's it called? It is called DAX. Let me let me type it here. So it is called DAX. I'm going to tell you the full meaning of DAX. So everything that you have here, let me just DAX. So you have what they call DAX, which is called data analysis expression. So this DAX is very important if you are starting out as if you are trying to be a data analyst. It is very much important that you know DAX. In fact, it is very rare for you to say you know Power BI and you don't know DAX. So data analysis expression, that's the full meaning of DAX. So this is like it's like a language that allow you to calculate any measures in your Power BI. For instance, we calculated the one for sales the other time. So DAX allow you to create any measures in your so it's like a language. So this thing you are seeing here now. Let me click on this again and go to measure. So this formula bar that you are seeing here, so this formula bar that you are seeing, it's like the code editor for DAX, for data analysis expression. So this is like a what's it called? A language called like DAX is like a language that is used for calculating any expression in Power BI. So that's what it means. And so that said, let's look into our what's it called? So creating table visual. I've explained simple basic measures, which is like the sum. I've introduced you guys to the DAX function, and I give you example of that mention. I mentioned that we have iterative measures. So iterative measures, I explain what iterative measure means. That you are trying to multiply at the same time summing your variables. So let me just teach you how to create a table. Don't forget that what we are trying to duplicate here is this visual that is here. So look at this cell that is here. We have a table. So we have the sales representative and we have the unit and we have the sales. So let me show you how you can visualize this. So go back to your visual. Let me delete this. So now if you want to create any other visual, click on your canvas. Go back to the visuals pane. So here we have table and we have matrix. So there's a difference between table and matrix. So table is like only having you are going to have only column, just column alone, that's table. But when you have rows and maybe a column that you can this one is just column alone, like the headings you just have so the table is just for headings alone. Like just you just have headers. But here you can have something in the left hand side, maybe your rows, and at the same time have some things in your column. So that's what a table means. So if I want to select a table, just click on table here. You can see we now have our visual. Don't forget that if you have a visual like this, you have to select the kind of what's it called that you want to view, the data that you want to view. Now, in one case, we want to view the sales representative, the unit, and the sales. So let's go back. So here, click on your visual. Now we have our representative. This is our representative here. So click on representative. Automatically, Power BI will help you to detect where to put them there. So click on the unit price and click on the sales. So that is our what's it called, unit and sales. So that's it. So and automatically Power BI is going to put what's it called, the total there. So let me, if you want to reduce this visual, you can just click on it like this and drag it here. So drag it like this and drop it down. That's just it. So let's say you want to, so let's say I want to expand these sales. You can see something that we are, so this thing just used to expand the sales and the representative. I want to go down a bit. So this is it. So these are representative and these are some of unit price and sales. So let's take for instance, I want this total to be whole number. Let's see what we have here. So you can see there are whole number here, but you can see that what you are seeing here is different from what we have here. This is because we are only showing everything. But maybe in the addition class, I'm going to teach you how to filter this. This one is only showing the top 10 representative, the top 10 alone. So there's a way to do it that you are going to be interested in top 10 alone. So that's why you have the total to be different. So this total is different from the one that we have here. So this is it. So how to calculate the top 10, I'm going to show you later. So, but it will reduce this uh, total to be whole number. Just click on your sum of units price. Click on this units price here, and you can see here we have auto. So select this comma here, and once you select the comma, it's going to make it in decimal number. You can see. So we want it whole number. So just do this one twice. So click on it twice. So as you are doing so, you can see it is reducing itself. So we now have whole number. So let's say I want to calculate for sales. To calculate, click on sales, press this comma, and yeah. So reduce it to 0, and that's it. So this is very simple. You can just play around it, and sometimes it's a good practice for you to have your this thing to be highlighted in the same way. So just reduce this one too. It's going to show you some red lines. You can see this red lines. So just for you to be able to see that they are in the same line. So later on, now as we continue, I'm going to explain how you can edit this. Or you can see we have different color here. We have sales by month and year, top sales. So how to put all these title there, I'm going to explain one by one. But that will be maybe on Monday or so. This is the chart formatting. So that's our next class. So I'm going to show you how to format all charts and how to work on others like that. So that is it for today's class. So if you have any question regarding what we've explained, so within 5 minutes, I think we still have 5 minutes, so we can ask your question.
Hello, sir. I have a question, sir.
Okay, all right.
That the measure, the DAX, the function. I didn't get the function very well. How you write your function on the function bar, the codes.
Okay, the sales, right? The one that we used to calculate
Yes, sir.
sales.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The sales,
All right,
sir.
all right. Look at the page. Like, look at this. So click on sales again. You see what you calculate. So we have some X. So like I said, some X is like the iterative measure. We have different measure. We have different measures in Power BI. But one of them is some X. And anything you are writing in this particular formula bar is known as DAX. DAX is like a language that makes you to calculate any measures in Power BI. So if you want to calculate some X is like saying that you want to multiply something together and at the same time you want to sum them. It can be division, it can be anything. But here we are doing multiplication. So I want to multiply the unit price that is inside office supply table. And I also want to multiply it with the unit sold that is also inside the office supply table. But before I can do anything that is sum, I must first select the table that I'm referring to. We have two tables here. We have date dimension and we have office supplies. So if you want to calculate anything that is sum or measures, you must first supply your table. Okay, the table I want to calculate the listing from is office supply. Okay, fine, we understand. After you now select your table, you now say, okay, what are the two columns that you want to calculate? The first column is that I want to multiply the unit price in office supply. I want to multiply it with office unit sold in the same office supply. So multiplying them together and putting this sum here is going to allow Power BI to help you to sum, like it's going to multiply them first. And if there is any duplicate, it's going to add them together. The duplicate I mean is that when I was explaining here, so let's say we have 101, 102, 102, 103 here. So there's 250, there's 300. So if Power BI is going to help you to sum them, Power BI will look at it and say, okay, you are trying to sum, you are trying to this one also is the same thing. So it's going to help you to sum the sales together. So that's why we have sum. So anything that is numeric in Power BI, you are trying to work on it. Power BI is going to regard them as sum. If like it's just the sum. Look at this unit price now. You can see because unit price is numeric, and I told you that numeric is where when you have this sigma sign beside it. So automatically it's going to help you to calculate sum of it. And this one take care of if you have different IDs, like a duplicate IDs for different sales. Like the sales, you have the same ID, but the sales is different. So for you to maintain that ID here, you have to sum it. So Power BI is going to sum it 550. So it's going to look at okay, 102 is 0 and it is twice that is repeating itself. And we have different sales, 250, 300. So that means the Power BI is going to sum them together to make 550. And it's going to regard them as one ID, 102. So that's why we always have sum. We always take care of sum like that. So, but this measure, specifically when you get to additions class, because that is not some that is even one. So, like I said, Power BI is not hard. At least you can see that what we have been doing, like it's more just drag and drop and drag and drop. But all these basic things like sum and all those things, they are the things that you really need to know, and it's very essential that you know them to become a Power BI expert. So, but in our additions class, I'm going to explain more better on the measure. But I want you guys to get at least there's something that is called DAX and there's something that is called sum X. So that's like basic, very basic. So, but later on we are going to look at other measures in Power BI. So does anybody have a question, or do you have do I answer your question? Um,
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. I got it, sir.
makes sense. All right. So does anybody have any question? So I'm going to give us an assignment, and the assignment is that try as much as possible to create a table, and the table should be instead of here we have representative. So instead of using representative, use items. So look for the items and the region. Calculate the like create a table that show the items and the region and the unit price and the sales. Create a table that shows the item and the region and the unit price and the sales. Here we are showing representative unit price and sales. So show it, and your total must be in